Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Debbie and I read a lot of books. Today for Series Sunday, I have finished books 7, 8 and 9 of Rose Beaufont, the undoubtable Rose Beaufont books. It's essentially just to read along with me at this point, isn't it? So I've done book 7, which was Warlock Warfare, book 8, which was Runaway Black Magic, and number 9, which is Witch Hunter Extraordinaire. So over the past 3 books, we have been looking more into Rose's role as a demigod, which also includes London's role as a demigod, and them trying to figure all of that out. And yeah, we've seen John Carraway as a member of the Mortal Seven. He was put to sleep. As in literal sleep by the witches, because this is like the differences between witches and magicians. Magician is a birthright, witches sell their souls for the magic. That is basically what this story is telling us. And part of my question mark over it is, can witches be redeemed or anything? But basically the past 3 books has really been looking at the downfall of the witches and Maphora Payne, who has been the head witch of this coven. So yeah, just lots to talk about. Like, we've got the budding relationship between Rose and London, and seeing Rose really getting stronger in her magical abilities and her role as a Mortal Seven, even though she is half mortal, half magician, and what that means, and seeing her relationship with her mother a bit more. And we're getting a bit more information about her mother and her mother's neighbour and those two possibly getting along or not getting along. And so apologies if I sound a bit croaky. I've been recovering from just losing my voice about a week ago. I started to get really croaky and a sore throat, and then I lost my voice for about 2 days, and it's been kind of going in and out. At this point I feel like it's almost back. Like, you can hear it in my voice. Like, there's still a little bit of croak, but I do have a singing lesson in 2 days that I was thinking about rearranging, but I just thought, no, actually, because my voice is coming back and I've pretty much got my singing voice back at this point as well, I'm just going to see if I can do into like gentle warming up and seeing what we can do there, and just being friendly to my voice. But yeah, going back to the books, there's 12 books in total, so there'll be one more video after this regarding Rose, and then I'm all caught up, which is weird to think. I'm sure there'll be something in the final one that'll give me an idea about where the next possible series might be going, or if we're sticking with the Beaufonts, or if there's going to be another series from Sarah Noffke that I might read, because I've absolutely loved this journey of reading the Beaufont series. I mean, if you've been with me since the beginning of all of this, I started off with Sophia, which was actually book series number 2 in the Beaufont world. Liv was the first one, so after reading Sophia, I then went back to Liv. And then after that, it was Paris, and now onto Rose. So, yeah, it's been good fun looking at kind of this female powerhouse of a family. It's not just the girls though, because they've been getting stories about Clark, the brother, and it would be interesting actually if they decided to go down going more of Clark's storyline, which we have actually been getting through Rose's story, because Clark is her father. So yeah, I think that would be an interesting way to go if Sarah Noffke decides to continue with the Beaufonts, of actually looking at Clark's story a bit more, because we've been getting it in bits through the girl storyline. But yeah, I think it would be really interesting, because even though you get kind of like the girl power feel of these stories, why not Clark? Why not Clark? So Sarah Noffke Michael Anderle, if you're wondering where to take it next, I wouldn't mind getting a bit more about Clark. Yeah, you can tell I'm just really enjoying this, considering the fact that I've read thousands of pages of this at this point. Because it's like, even the word count for these ones, I'm on page, because I've literally just, it's literally at the title page for book 10, I don't know if you can even see that in this light, but I'm at page 2638 of 3521, and that's for 12 books, and I've done other ones in this series that were 12, or even double that with Sophia. Actually, even Rose had 2 parts to her series, because one was at the Fairy Godmother College, and then it went into the urban fantasy of her working in a skyrise as a member of the FGA. So will there be another Rose after this? I don't know. This came out it was this year, wasn't it? Wasn't it the beginning of February? So yeah, it's good fun reading them. But yeah, as well as getting like these little side storylines in regards to finding out little bits about like the King of the Fae, and still like seeing like Leah Assassin Baker and her partner. This is very much on seeing Rose coming into her own, kind of similar to Paris finding out about her heritage. Yeah, it's really good fun. I'm absolutely enjoying it so much, and my camera is about to die. Fun times. How long have I got my timer? 7 minutes. I can chat for a bit longer. Let me just change my battery. But yeah, we're at a point from book 9 where I am wondering what's going to happen in the next 3 books, because she's just had her confrontation with Mephora Payne. She's been trying to find Mephora's weaknesses. She's had a member of the it's not the Mortal Seven, it's the other one, the Magicians, the Council. That's what I'm looking for, the Council. A member of the Council has actually been helping. Well, there was a point when he was helping Mephora, which we learned, but he's also now been helping Rose, because he actually once had a relationship with Mephora. It's just the perfect witch name, isn't it? Mephora Payne. Yeah, it was in the Black Magic Market. That was the one where we found out that somebody was helping Mephora, but then Rose was aware that somebody appeared to be helping her, and so yeah, we found out that there is a member of the council who did have a relationship with Mephora, owed her one last favour, but then has been feeling incredibly guilty about how everything has played out with Mephora and the witches. So yeah, it's been really interesting looking into Mephora's weaknesses, and yeah, just like when I think like in my mind like who I'd want to play these people, I haven't a clue. I must admit though, I think Sabrina Carpenter could be an excellent Beaufont, depending on which one she would want to be. To be honest, I think Sabrina Carpenter could actually be a really good Sophia. Rose is still harbouring a little bit of a secret in regards to knowing that she can only procreate with somebody else like her, i.e. London, because they are both half magician, half mortal, and as that, they are both demigods. Oh, goodness, sneeze. Yeah, it's just seeing, there's just something so satisfying about watching somebody grow up and finding themselves and understanding something very important about themselves. It is that girl power thing. I think it's just something that a lot of people tap into, people coming into their own. And so, yeah, that's what the heart of these stories really are. And realising they're stronger than they think. Because when Rose is given the job and she finds everything about her father giving her up, and, well, not so much giving her up, but her mother kind of stealing her away from the world of the magicians and trying to protect her, and realising that she doesn't need protecting from that. She was like, I love you, Mama, I realise you did what you needed to do for me at the time, but at the same time, this is my birthright, and I have every right to see where this takes me. Like, if I don't want it, I can always say I don't want it, but at this point, Rose, I keep wanting to say Paris, but at this point, Rose feels home. I think that's the best way to describe it. She's home, she's with her father, she's still having a relationship with her mother in a way, and I think maybe that'll be looked a little bit more into in these last 3 books, with the fact that she has been forced to communicate with her mother a bit more and understand where her mother was coming from, and Clark even understands where she came from as well. Just like, it's so much more a family saga at the heart of it, without just being about fantasy and girl power and stuff. There's a family at the heart of it, which is what makes it so nice to read. I think because they are churned out quite quickly and written quite quickly, it does lend itself to having some slight editing errors, sometimes spelling mistakes, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's just, there's so much more to it than you realise with these books, and the fact is, I see them getting really good reviews on Amazon, but I don't really see that anybody else really talking about them. But I do think it's an incredible series for young girls, young people to read and feel empowered by, while also being incredibly entertaining, incredibly funny, heartwarming, having that romance. It's really got everything. And it's also because you've got stuff like time travel, you've got Father Time, and you've got Mother Nature. It really did encompass so many different types of story and genres. I just love it. I just love it. It is so good. It is just so entertaining. It's so funny. I love the relationships that everybody has, and also, because I'll probably have to talk about this more in the next one as well, but I'll just wrap it up here. With all the issues they've been having with John, he was asleep for quite a while and they had to bring the Sandman out. I think, if you remember correctly, was it in Sophia's storyline? Or was it Rose's? Basically, they had to put the Sandman to sleep because he was being a bad Sandman. He was using his skills for bad and not good, and so they had to wake up the Sandman to get him to wake up John. And I thought it was really funny, just bringing it all back again, with the Sandman, because it was the fact that such simple things in regards to like what we've grown up with, in regards to like the Sandman and the Tooth Fairy, and this has completely turned those stories on its head. That's like the Sandman's a baddie. The Tooth Fairies are baddies because they're stealing teeth for magic, and I just find it interesting how it just twists everything. I love something that really puts a twist on what you think you know, and changes the rules of what we think we know things are. Because it's just like, I'm reading the T.J. Green books, which is around like witches and shifters and myths and magic and all that, and that's very much tied into like the witch trials and the idea that yes, they were witches and that there are still witches living today, because those witches that were burned at the stake are our ancestors. That's a really hard thing to say, are our. And then this story really changes the idea of what a witch is. Am I thinking about this too much? Probably, but I don't care. I was thinking about the fact that a lot of people say they read because they want to expand their minds and they want to learn new things. Like me, I read because I want to be entertained. Now that she's had her confrontation with Mephora, I am wondering where this is going to go next. Is there going to be a little bit more about why the witches are selling their souls? Well, don't we know why? Because they want the magic. But is there a way for somebody to get magic without selling their soul, other than being born with it, which is what the Beaufonts are? You know, it's a family of magicians. It is part of their birthright. And obviously, as with Liv, you know, being essentially royalty in this world, and if that is going to be something going forward that all the Beaufonts are going to have to live up to, because, you know, we're seeing these characters where they have their birthright and they've got seers going out and saying how important these people are. Is there going to be a point when they're just looking to somebody and thinking, this person doesn't live up to that birthright? I'm thinking about this way too seriously, I know. The final 3 books are Witch Slapped, which is book 10. I think that's a great name. The First Beaufont. Is that a different one? Oh my god, I just saw it. The First Beaufont, 600 years ago, Genevieve Beaufont stole a dragon egg and buried it. Because Genevieve is their mother, isn't it? Oh my goodness. When did this come out? How do I not know about this? Oh, Jenny's the next one. Oh, we're going back in time. Yeah, so yeah, once I've finished with Rose, we're going back to the First Beaufont, which is Genevieve. Oh, I don't know if my dad knows about this. I'm going to have to go tell him. Oh my god, this is going to keep me entertained for thousands of years. I was not expecting to find out about that today. Oh, that's made me happy to find out there's another one. But yeah, I'm going to wrap that up now. Just funny. It's just got something for everybody, and as well as being girl power, you've got London in there. And I said it would be nice to hear from like Clark Beaufont being a Beaufont. It was so interesting to have a separate story about London. And ow! I just managed to stab myself with my nail. Ow! That's evidence I need to cut my nails before tomorrow when I'm back at work. If you like the idea of these books, I recommend them. I recommend them so much. It is getting a lot darker outside, so I'll wrap this up now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, apologies for the croak and it just getting croakier. But my voice is on its way back. You can hear it. You can hear my voice in there. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with another video. I love you all. Stay safe. Bye.